Greetings, citizens. I am your host, Jay Voodoo Child, and this is Manor. I'm playing a beta campaign on patch 0.8.035. It is a significant patch in which many things have changed, and we are exploring the game and just kind of playing through a campaign and trying to implement some things that I've picked up as far as techniques I want to carry forward with future games, and just kind of showcase that kind of stuff, but also explore new aspects. In this case, I'm going to be exploring what it takes to build stone castles and whatnot, because I've never really done that with the wood versions. It didn't impress me and really didn't serve much of a function. But now that we've gotten stones that are upgrades to your castles or your forts, I'm going to try and learn more about that. So we are reaching a phase where we want to kind of start shifting to other activities. Our next things that we're going to do is trying to bring in some sheep. And we're starting to get an income going. So let's just jump into this. And starting December, we are going to go out on campaign and take care of the... Alright, so... we've gotten this built. So here are our 3 open spots. And I'm good there, so I'm going to... We are out of logs, we are out of planks, so basically we have very little building supplies. And our main trade resource right now is these rough stones here, or rubble stones. And we're trying to clear up the surface area of all of this. And the origins we have selected, we have basically doubled. Even though the toolset says plus 50%, when you add 50% to 1 silver piece of export value, it becomes 2. So that's actually a full 100%, and that has been confirmed by the ledger of when I send out a horse of 50 rubble stones, I'll get back 100 silver pieces and not 75 like I should. But so that makes that particular origin kind of S plus class for me on the Vogtland. So we kind of started plotting out our next things. This is going to be another artisans, but I'm going to keep these at singles. So just to kind of keep our housing counts as low as possible. My next area of expansion is going to be here. I've set up my advance section over here to kind of clean out some of this stuff where I am thinking about putting up some church implements, or not church implements, but some castle implements. I'm still not sure about this tuft of trees, but I will probably get in here next and kind of clear out some of this stuff. Because this is, I believe, going to be my primary pasture area. I'm going to set up some shearing stations along here, and that'll be relatively close to the storehouse and the trade post. In my last campaign, I set up a logging camp, so I can start going in here and grabbing all this wood. This will be long-term stuff. And let me just double check. Alright, so new family coming in on the 17th. We're down to 2. We got 1 timber underway. So I'll need 6 timber to get started down here. I want to get 2 timber for a animal migration thing here. And there was, oh, yeah, two more. Actually, I guess when I get two timber. No, I'll save this expansion for the stuff up here. So, when possible, I'm trying to prevent the walking around. This area is fairly spread out, and so I am losing a lot of my efficiencies by kind of doing longer routes, like, I could have put the logging camp over here to kind of get more localized stuff. In fact, that still may be a thing. Yeah, let's make it a thing. Alright, so I'm thinking about putting the manor right here. Yeah, I wonder if I can do that here. I want to do it over here. Yeah, I'll do it right here. Looks like a good spot. So just wait until that second log is chopped up. So there is something to be said to leave one person in the logging camp, so to continuously feed new timber for construction projects, even though it's less efficient as far as the tool, but the walking distances and the get enough wood and then stop and then drop everything to go do something else. That's also a lot of walking around on top of things. So, I'm not sure. I guess it's all dependent on how much walking we're doing and what we're trying to do for the next job or the previous job to get to the logging camp, and just how much walking around do we want to position wood for new construction projects and all that good stuff. So just a lot to consider in. This is going to be a fairly spread out community, and that is what it's going to be. But coming up, and then I've got to decide how do I want to, because I'm going to require 20 families or 20 men and leaves 14 behind to do stuff. So I guess one of the things is Can the women pick rocks? It appears like they can. But is this, with 2 maintenance a year, worth putting 4 women on and no one else? And right now, I am okay with just the 1 horse and 1 family working the trade posts. All right, 2 more timber, and I will be able to set up the location of the next series of buildings. We might be able to do a corpse pit kind of thing with just 4. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Okay, mushrooms are almost gone. Animals probably still at minimum. I've got 4 individuals doing hunting there, along with dogs. I don't think the dogs themselves, the hunting hounds, will affect the repopulation of the animal node. Hopefully they just do their own thing. I'm surprised we don't have people working the backyard here. That's all you decide you wanted to. Alright, you are harvesting for what? Because there's nothing for you up there. Alright, so we got 6 timber. Let's build out these houses. And I think here is where I need to kind of Alright, so doubles with backyards. All good there. Alright, we are December. And looks like that area is completely done for. So let's save game. And we are stone, clay, iron, animals, mushrooms. Year 1 November. And this time around, I don't think I'm going to be hiring any mercenaries. Alright, so we got 20. I don't think I want to fight them in my own territory. But I may not have a choice. Where's the other bandit camp? Let's go for that first. All right. Now let's take a look at this workforce. Let's empty this, or no, let's look at stone first. Alright, you can move. You can move. I don't understand this single. I got people here already. Okay. That seems to be a little bit of a waste. Alright, where's the next area? I guess we'll move people up there. Alright, do we need... Alright, definitely gonna keep you. Alright. And we got some singles there. All right. That's interesting. I guess we can finish up over here. All right, get this in motion again. And all right, start clearing out a little bit more of this area over here. And we'll just keep an eye out on Spearman. Now, for combat, since it's our 20 versus their 18, I'm going to try and fight them not on their land so they won't get the morale bonus for home territory. As far as, morale. You know, obviously my troops are of a stronger unit and I have a slight lead. But essentially, I will want to get into a higher defense for their charge. And then once that's over, I tend to push to kind of keep them off guard. And hopefully try and get on the top of a hill so we can push them down the hill, which seems to kind of really crater their morale. Okay. They're coming out awfully early. And we're moving downhill. You just need to get that cohesion going. All right. All right. So I guess that's one of the things that I can do is put more people in a gathering stance. Now, I don't think I am going to sell charcoal and just keep everything minor trades. Alright, let's just do a quick save. Alright, our cohesion. Like I said, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we're missing a soldier. Alright. Hound shows up. Oh, just lost one. Alright, where's this last person? There they are. Alright, let's see how we're doing here. Enemy power balance. Okay, yeah, there we go. Alright, we maintained our 20. Let's go get paid. Now, I am not worried about mercenaries. I'm really even not worried about expansion. So, I don't know what I want to do in that regard. Alright, so I've got one extra. And 0 timber. Why do we have 0 timber? Alright, we're debranching trees. All right, so I have lingering memories. Also, that is a thing. I am running towards the end of my year bonus. All right, what do I want to do here? Do I want to deny them at least one of the armies? And is that going to be... Ravenous vultures for 110. Possibly. I'm not sure whether I want to do the mercenary rat race against the Baron or whether he can just have them all. You know, for this scenario, he can have them all. I'm not going to do any mercenaries. Oh, but I do want to expand my retinue. But do I want to do that with taxes? Let's do that through taxes. Once I get some extra goodies. And I get double. Yeah, I get doubled. All right. So yeah, who's the new person? All right, the extra people have cleared out all of that. We're getting plenty of stone to sell. We are kind of running low. One of the things we do want to do is get that quarry up. So we need 4 for that and 6 for that. And 2 logs. 2 logs. All right, who's the new person? Oh, I loaded. So, they're up here. Now, here are the things about mercenaries. I don't want to raise my spear army anytime, like out twice a year. All right, we want 11 for sure. And we want 1 timber left over. And we'll get started on that. So once we do run out of stones, all right. So yeah, let's kind of get some cinematic views here of the winter time. All right. So yeah, same situation with them. It's just they're in the army instead of the backyard. All right, got 2 spaces there. All right, so you are all the way done up there. You got 1 log there. Oh, and you're sick. All right, let's look for another unassigned with an army. And you're sick. Okay, no, that's the sick carpenter. Alright, so you are all good there. Stone cutter there. Stone cutter there. Alright, so we've exhausted all those. Warehouse stone cutter. Alright, we'll get moving on that. So what are you not enjoying? I'm guessing that's the manor. Now, how quickly we can get up to 80, because I was looking to do some taxation. But in order to do taxation, I need to have a manor house, and I don't know when that's going to come into play. Alright, waiting, going home, debranching the tree. Alright, so I think the woodcutter can just handle that stuff. Alright, do I want to march them up there and start really pumping in the timber? Yeah, I don't want to do the 2 right now. So let's hold off until we get the mine going. Alright, let's check out the spearmen. Where are you? You are done moving? Alright, are you walking up a hill? You are. Alright, that's coming down. Alright, so we're on top of the hill. Are we descending at all? So let's save the game here. Just in case I lose someone and I don't want to. So I am fighting on their land. That looks more uphill going there, so good. I guess I stepped down here. All right, last couple coming in. Things are going nicely. Can we not lose someone? Nope, we lost someone. So I'm not exactly too wide here. Hopefully I won't get flanked on this side. Actually, it doesn't look like I will be. Alright, we survived. Alright, so do we want to call up or hire a mercenary? I could play a game where I just let the Baron take everything. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do here. Alright, so I'm getting some random resources. And even at 10%, All right, so I've got some of the planks. All right. So yeah, that's still getting doubled up. Stones are steadily going down. All right. We got one debranching a tree. All right, where is that person? All right. So something we can do is dedicate an ox to this lumber camp out here. Let's just put it here. Still kind of indecisive of what I want to do. Um, yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Just don't know what I want to do. I guess with logs on the ground being priority, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if the ox are not doing anything, then I might as well have them. All right, yeah, the ox are not doing anything. So let's get one here. we're going to release you. And, all right, so we got the 11 planks. All right, what is the forward-facing one? Okay, I kind of want it pointing towards the storehouse. And then, oops, that's not where I wanted to put that. All right, road. All right, so we got a little winder there. So I think I will wrap up the episode here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified of when I post new videos. And please share with me your comments on the campaign thus far. What you are enjoying about this beta patch, or just the game in general. So thank you all for watching, and take care, everyone. We'll catch you on the next one.